we've started this campaign called Nepal Cricket Relief Fund. And then this fund is basically to do with, we're trying to generate as much funds as possible so that in future, if we can have a certain amount of money or funds or whatever, then our players should not quit just because they can't afford to, go through a medical procedure. Because before me, all of us, I'm sure you have heard about Binod Das. I was the one who replaced him, and he was playing cricket till 2012. During one of the tours, Binod Das is somebody who has played cricket for almost 18 years. In one of the tours, he got injured. His ACL was torn, and when he came back, for somebody who had spent 18 years of his whole life, when he came back, there was nobody to look after him. And so that way, after a couple of years, he had to go through surgery, this, that, and he had to, run door to door, collect funds, and he did his surgery, but then by 2014, he had to call it quits. So he stopped playing. Now he's into the coaching role. There are players like Amrit Bhattarai who, just a year ago, he went to Australia. He was living there, but then he just came back 2 months ago. Even in Australia, he couldn't afford his ACL operation. Came back to Nepal, did his operation 2 months ago. He's right now in Nepal, so he's doing the rehab thing. Pritu Baskota is one of our younger players who's here on this tour. He's in Dallas right now. He just landed last night, and he also went through the same process. Jitendra Mukhia, the guy who bowled us to victory against Afghanistan. Since then, he hasn't played a single game for Nepal. And then when we beat Afghanistan, it was like a national holiday back home. Like people were cheering. There were flags in Nepal. Go gully gully ma, chok chok ma, Dana ma, Acham ma, Birganj ma, Janakpur ma, Kathmandu ma, Biratnagar ma, Pokhara ma. There were people all over the country. When Nepal won, rallyहरू निकालेर नेपालको झण्डा बोकेर कुदिराख्नु भएको थियो. So there was this player who helped us win that particular game, and he was man of the match. But since then, because he's been injured, he has not been able to take care of things. So that way, हामी सबै players we've started this initiative, and for us also to come to US this time, it's been done by some of our former players who came to Nepal when they were playing under 19, and they've settled in Dallas, and they formed a cricket club, and the cricket club formed a tournament खेलौँ न भनेर. Then we've come here to participate in that. So in between, we're going to many places. I was in Boston, went to New York. There was an event in New York yesterday. I'm here today. I'm flying to DC tomorrow, and then eventually Dallas and Houston. There are so many other places that we'll be visiting. And what we want to do is, for everybody out here, we are starting this campaign where Nepal Cricket Relief Fund, and that fund is basically going to be monitored by the players themselves. We don't want money to give it to the people. You know who the people are. Like you give it to them, and you don't know where the money goes. Yeah, I don't want to give names. So that way, we want to collect this fund, and so that, in future, we do not want anybody to go through what our former players or current batch of players go through. If the fund grows bigger, we can do a lot more things. Things like, let's say, we can send our youngsters to, play cricket in Australia, in Sri Lanka, in England. Because basically, for most of our cricketers, there's a lot of talent in the country, but the exposure is not there because we don't have a domestic cricket structure. We don't have anything. If you go through the inside story of how Nepal cricket is being run, it was virtually impossible for us to reach where we are today. But it's up to the dedication of the players, the coaches, and all of us were very, very honest, very, very determined, and we gave our best. हामी वर्ल्ड कप खेल्न जाँदाखेरि धेरै नेपालीले सोच्थ्यो नेपालले टिम इभेन्टमा वर्ल्ड कप कहिले पनि खेल्दैन. मेरो जीवनकालमा त वर्ल्ड कप खेल्दै खेल्दैन भन्ने सोचाइ थियो. अब all of us want to see Nepal play the football world cup, right? But then we see will it happen? But I say it'll happen. It'll take time. Maybe it'll take another 20 years, another 25 years. If you talk about cricket, I believe that I'm about to turn 30. Probably I'll play for another maybe 5-6 years if I keep performing. Yes, but by the time I'm 45, let's say in the next 15 years, I would like to see Nepal reach test status, and that's a possibility. But then for that, all of us need to keep grinding. When we play back home, there are 15, 20,000, 30,000 people on the ground. Off the ground, I don't even know what the number is. People on Cricinfo doing the refresh thing. I'm sure all of you are refreshing your laptops and your mobiles. So that way, see, there's enough passion among the fans. There's enough, support. Everybody is there. But what we need is now a group of people, a proper management to lead this thing. So hopefully, we will be in par. It's a long-term journey, I say. For us, I'm sure I'll not be able to play Test cricket. I want to play the 50-over World Cup. We are trying our best. We want to get into another T20 World Cup. Hopefully in the next 5 years, we'll play a couple of T20 World Cups and a 50-over World Cup. But our bigger goal should be to get Test status. So it's a 15-year journey. So that way, all we have to start somewhere. And I would like to say this would be one of the small beginnings where we've started this very, very good initiative. And once we grow big, like sky is the limit. But I say even beyond the sky, there's another limitation. So that's how we need to think. Always need to think positive. To everybody out here in your respective fields, make sure that you're honest in what you're doing. If you ask me, I may not be the best cricketer, but then I have been the most honest cricketer. So that way, my honesty has brought me to where I am today. And that's why I tell everybody, like, you guys need to stay honest, believe in yourself, and the rest will happen. For some people, it might take a whole lifetime just to figure out what to do. But what I feel is, if you have been honest enough, professional camera, your personal side of things will be taken care of. If you are a good person in your personal life, then eventually it'll help you in your professional side of things as well. So that's all I'd like to say. Thank you for having me here. It's been a very, very warm welcome. I would say among the 2 places that I've been to, this is probably the best welcome that I have got. So thank you very much to all the cricketers and everybody involved with Minneapolis cricket. Probably maybe this time we couldn't manage much time, but then hopefully in the coming years I would love to come and play a cricket match. Not only me, maybe the other cricketers from Nepal as well. I think that's a possibility depending on the cricketing schedule of the national cricket team. Keep wishing us, keep your blessings going. For us as cricketers, we are trying our best. The struggle is there, but then eventually we believe that one day we're gonna go and reach to where nobody's ever thought the Nepal cricket could reach. We need that support from everybody out here, your families, your friends, to everybody all over the world. Keep supporting us. We'll try our best. And thank you very much for having me. Jai Nepal.